guys, we're back here at SPL. Everything is tied up 1-1. Oh no, it's actually 2. Oh no, yes, it is 1-1. Okay, I'm losing my mind as we go on and cast 1-1. Bjall going down to Bravo and Hurricane going down to Ragnarok.
If you guys look at the top left of your screen, you can see Bjall doing his very best herO impression. He's very good at it. herO.
Hurricane trying as well, but not quite as good. I think Bjall's is more on point.
Yeah.
He's got the angle right, you know?
Well, herO versus Deer. I think a lot of people are going to be surprised at the predictions because of how much the world has changed that we live in now. Because herO has one of the largest fan bases. I think Deer has probably like one of the largest anti-fan bases because he was so inconsistent. All of his fans were like, man, you were the champion, but you win half the time, literally, like you're 50-50. I never know when to trust you, but not this year. Deer is 6-2, and he's 3-0 versus Pros. So is herO, though, and this is like, I said this like 4 times in a row right before we went to break, but like this is the best match of this matchup. Like, get everyone in here. This is going to be a sick PvP. It's on Orbital Shipyard as well. Ooh. Huge map. We're going to see dodgeball hopscotch.
Look at those big pentagons. Gigantic. You can see how much the trust has changed for Deer. It used to be like around a 2 or a 3 for me. Now it's at a 10 because I really do trust this guy. And herO, after yesterday's match, like, I don't know what was going on in that game, but he did not have the best match. And
7-0 for Deer.
It reflects in the recent games. Deer, he just defeated SOS, a recent, really strong PvP player too. So let's go into that game right now. herO versus Deer for the biggest match of the night. Up here in the top right in the red, one of our Protoss players from CJ Entis, it is herO. Giving us a little head shake.
And down here in the blue, it is Deer. Not giving us anything. Oh.
He may be giving us a gas steal.
Yeah, early probe coming across. I saw the probe go to make the pylon at the top of the ramp, and I thought for a second he was going to send 2 probes. I was like, what? Like, I don't even understand this.
Yeah, this is a cool map to do it on because you can pretty easily get that right gas, but the left gas is pretty cool too because you can definitely skirt around the vision and jump right onto that gas to see which one he goes for.
It looks like right.
Yeah, herO's going to get that right one. He's going straight for this gas, but herO already is on it. There goes the gas. So this is just going to turn into a very early scout.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you'll see players try to manner block when the gas gets taken from them when they try to go for the steal. Probe is also locked out because he's doing a tight wall, which is the way that this map is usually played. So this probe can't even go home even if he wanted to. Not going to try to manner pylon. He's just going to leave and maybe go and block the backdoor nexus while he takes his own fast expand. Oh, blocks the or the cyber core. That was really nice.
Yeah, pretty cool. Delays it for about a second there, perhaps. See if he does commit to any buildings at the backdoor base. Of course, with the block, as you said before, everything is blocked here. No scout into the main. Does not know the follow-up. Knows that there is a cyber core there, and he is going to commit to the pylon.
He also knows it's a slightly late core. When he clicked on it, and he could tell, like, okay, your core is a little bit late, which he probably suspected because his opponent went for that gas deal, so he had less money. This is probably going to be an aggressive robo. The fact that the probe stays here means he's not actually just going to warp in stalkers, and obviously with warp gate research only just now started, it wouldn't make any sense anyways. I'm thinking this is robo and immortal. He wants to bust the front, kill those pylons, and get ahead. Gateway and a robo. So the gateway is going to give him the extra warp in potential without having to make a warp prism. Hey, it's cheaper than a warp prism, and it also gives you like an extra warp in. So hey, I like the way he's thinking.
You guys are on the same wavelength here.
Oh, and he's going to try to pile on the ramp here. The probe stays alive so he can plant a second one. I really like this. He's bringing a Stalker as well. This is a really cool build here.
Let's see if this works out. I mean, the Mothership Core is out here for Deer. Chrono boosting that Stalker to switch that off onto something else here now. And Probe's still alive, as you mentioned. This Adept trying to chase after it. The Probe wants to get one more pylon down, perhaps. This pylon does finish. This Probe is going to be cornered here, but look at this. The Mothership Core taking damage.
He's going to snipe it. Down it goes. No. Oh, okay. Does get the shot. The Stalker survives with 2 health. And that means on the follow-up attack, which, by the way, Deer hasn't scouted yet. He's about to find it. In fact, he might even want to sack the Stalker. Okay, looks like he's just going to see it. When the follow-up attack hits, he's not going to have as much defense. He's not going to have a lot of energy on that Mothership Core. Another Stalker coming out here. This Adept is dead.
As dead could be. Let's see if the chain gets off. Nope. And that pylon in the back door is totally wasted, as herO going for a very aggressive build. Deer essentially wasting 100 minerals. I guess if he does survive, it'll be annoying. But Deer at home has his own Nexus, so if he can survive, he'll be in a great spot.
Doesn't bring another probe up to offensive pylon, which I think is an interesting choice. The Mothership Core is everything for this build, though. If he loses it, he loses the game.
Oh, and he loses it!
Oh my god, that's it. Like, how are you going to make this work now?
There's no high ground vision. He's just going to try to get up here. And look at that. Force field comes down. Barrier is going to be used here. But there's so many Stalkers, and even the Mothership Core helping out here. Deer, I think he should definitely hold from here.
I mean, that's... when I said, like, if you lose the Mothership Core, you lose the game, I really meant it. How are you going to make this work if you don't have a Mothership Core? It's the crux of the build.
Well, he's got a lot of units coming out here. 3 more Warp-ins. It looks like Deer going to commit to 3 more as well. Zealot's, in fact, coming out here as he knew that pylon was going to go down.
Yeah, you know, the only problem for Deer is even though he has more money, he doesn't have more production yet. But look at this. He's got just so much more economy. The first initial Warp-ins here, like, help him break through temporarily, but he gets another overcharge. He has a Stargate. He can make a Void Ray. He's making Phoenixes to lift up the Immortal instead. The barrier is still off cooldown.
Needs those Warp-ins coming in here. Phoenix is here for a lift onto the Immortal, probably.
Yep.
Mothership Core coming in here is going to fight with the Immortal in the sky, but this is a lot of Stalkers here for herO. No probes being pulled.
This is actually, Deer is going to lose too much. He's warping into the fight as well. He's really messing up his control here. And meanwhile, two harassing units killing some workers.
I suppose this is why, and I think that may have been a mistake to go for the warp in there. He needed to just survive. He doesn't need to do economic harass.
It's over. He has he's unpowered all his gateways.
Yep, he can't warp in here. GG. There you go. herO's going to take a surprise win as we all vote for Deer, and herO comes back with the win and keeps CJ Entis in this one. Going to give them the 2-1 lead now.
Man, herO, you can see it on his face. I think he's like, oh my god. Like, look at the way, look at his hand that's not high-fiving. He's like holding his side. I think he knows that that was a lost game, and he shouldn't have won, but he did. And that's the greedy Warpin at the back, also making a Phoenix without having enough gateway production were the 2 choices Deer made that cost him that game. Either way, a really cool build from herO. I like to see stuff like this more often because you know, it's the kind of build you don't expect. It punishes the wall at the top of the ramp because you can kill those pylons, you can supply block your opponent. And, you know, killing those pylons at the top of the ramp, killing the gateway, moving through. Killing that gateway as well, big deal, because it meant that the already weak Warp-in production for Deer was even further weakened. And it doesn't matter how much money you have if you just don't have gateways to use.
Yeah, the Stargate was an interesting pick too. I mean, you can lift the Immortal for just a bit.
If you go Void
Ray,
down, you know. If you go Void Ray, like, it's just gonna have so much massive value versus every single unit on the ground. And you need it to have it like ASAP. One Phoenix, it's like you lift the Immortal, but it still has so much health. You don't have enough Stalkers to do this. Like,
and then its utility is gone.
Yeah.
There's nothing else in the air. The Mothership Core is already down. So
the Immortal is just a tanker at that point, like tanking Stalker fire, while the rest of the better Stalker count on the ground wrecks the Stalkers there.
Yeah. Well, we are going to go into Bunny versus Reality here. At TVT, we haven't had one in a while, and this could be very close too, because Bunny, you know, making it decently far in the GSL, making it to the round of 16, did go down, I think, last in his group, but it was a pretty hard group if I remember correctly. But Reality doing a little bit better here and there at Pro League, you know, still shows decent games, and I think this one should be pretty evenly split on the predictions too.
Yeah, definitely so.